Okay, good evening, everyone. So I will be doing this session on Zoom for all our students. At the same time, it is being streamed online at YouTube also. So you could attend it either places. We'll begin in a minute or two. It takes a little time for the YouTube live streaming to begin. I'll also have to keep a check on a couple of screens on the YouTube as well as Zoom screen and so on. So maybe do me a favor, all the guys who are attending on Zoom, if you want a question, maybe it's better that you just use the mic rather than type the chat box. I will have to keep switching from Zoom chat box to YouTube chat box. Hopefully the audio and so on is clear.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Oh, yeah. And let me open the good evening. Okay, check. The stream's balance is low. Bit rate. Okay, check. The stream's balance is Wherever Tiwari, I'm not taking up questions randomly like this. So profile-based questions, I'm the last person to answer profile-based questions. All those who ask about profile, I say, first decide what do you want to do, and then make a profile suitable for that. Wherever Tiwari, I'm not taking up questions randomly like this. So profile-based questions, I'm the last person to answer profile-based questions. All those who ask about profile, I say, first decide what do you want to do, and then make a profile suitable for that. There will be a okay, there will be a feedback, I guess, someplace. Okay, shall we start? Let me see how many students. Oh, very few students are there here. What's the idea? Palak is there. Let me first check for Palak. She has been like so. Palak is still not joined in, and she was one of the ones who was pushing for this B-School session so much. Others do help me here if there's a no complaints on Telegram as yet. So this is the agenda. You can see it on the screen. Just wait for one more minute. I'll wait primarily because the number of students are too less. Yeah, Palak is at YouTube. Okay, so now people are going to get different places. Okay, I guess I'll start. Yeah, there's no point waiting. So I'm starting. I would be pausing in between to check your questions that you're asking. If you are a paid student of Takshzila and so on, I would suggest go to Zoom. You can use the mic over there and ask questions live. If you're watching it on YouTube, you'll have to just type in. You cannot use the mic, okay? And sometimes, when you type, there are a lot of questions. Your question gets lost. Okay, so do that. The idea is how to choose or which B schools to apply. And remember, this is an first very important point, this is application. This is not, I'm not suggesting go over that. This is right now just applying. And there's a difference between applying and taking the final decision. Yes, there is a difference. From now onwards, what your state of mind right now is, okay, in the month of September, and what your state of mind in the month of next April, May will be, there can be a big difference between the two. Okay, there can be really a big difference between the two. Hence, we are just saying, so one of the underlying theme of my lecture is going to be keep your options open. Don't close any options at the moment, right? Because if you close any options at the moment, thinking that, no, listen, this is my ideas today, and in next April, May, you suddenly wish, oh, wish I had applied there, wish I had gone there, right? So remember, applying should be a little more liberal. Yeah, you should not be very restrictive. Okay, so that is one of the main theme. I'll remind you again. So the agenda is, I'll start with the listing of B-schools. That is one of the easiest. Okay, how do I, okay, this way. Listing of B-schools is the easiest. It's also going to consume the most amount of time if you start asking questions, or I'll just run that down very fast. We are going to talk about a little bit of other programs. Yeah, what do you do if you experience one? What is a dual country program? Some family business management programs. If you can think of anything else, you can ask me at that time. Then we are going to talk about how do you decide, how many to apply, which ones, how do you choose, and so on. And I'll end it with a little talk on the specializations also. Okay, so let's get going, friends. Yeah, so the listing of these schools. Yeah, the first is the A-listers. Now, this ranking business students, again, don't miss out the overall idea of a rank just because of details. So it is practically, I don't know what use is it to decide, is Ahmedabad better or is Calcutta better or is Bangalore better? I don't find any utility in those rankings, 1, 2, and 3. What do you do if you have got both Ahmedabad and Calcutta? I'm pretty sure you're going to go where your perception or so on is. There's absolutely nothing which says that Ahmedabad is better than Calcutta or Calcutta is better than Ahmedabad. So I think so those choices are depending upon the climate you like, the city you like, the perception that you carry, the story, some image that you have, brand building, anything it is, right? So again, while it is obvious between an Ahmedabad, there's no point comparing an Ahmedabad and a Calcutta. I am A and a C or a B. But at the same time, I'm saying that there are such similarities are there in a lot of institutes, right? So don't let's say expect, or don't be so naive to think that everything is black and white and on every parameters this institute is better than another institute. There are institutes which are very close to each other, such that no one can make a choice between them. Okay, that this is better or that is better, right? So just have an overview of it. Okay, and don't worry too much about the exact details. Next, these ranking lists, don't trust them. Do not trust the ranking list. Every ranking list has some or the other issues. So, for example, if you take up the NIRF ranking, they have a very different parameter of ranking the institutes than probably what you might have. You might primarily be looking at placement opportunities. Whereas an NIRF ranking is not going to look at placement opportunities as much. They are going to have a very different parameters, right? So again, be a little worldly wise. No, don't fall prey to as a one size fits all. This ranking is the best and nothing else. Then rankings done by magazines, India Today or Business Today, or these all rankings, they have a lot of problems. Yes, some institutes don't participate in them. Some shady things happen. Yeah, they all are commercial organizations, right? So if an institute starts advertising heavily in that magazine or so on, there's no way that these guys are going to sort of, run it down. So there are a lot of such things, and obviously then there are some institutes which don't promote them as much as they should be doing or so on, right? And so overall, these rankings, just consider them with a pinch of salt. Yeah. Then there are some new age rankings on the online world. Yeah, Inside IIM gives a ranking of all, but those all are very subset, very small set based upon the perception of just a few individuals. It's not a very elaborate, detailed study. And even those elaborate, detailed studies, there aren't enough information or so on, or that you cannot even accept the parameters on which to rank. Do you understand that, right? So consider those rankings just as guidelines. Don't take anything to heart so much, right? So the A-listers, I don't think we need to discuss too much. And now I've clubbed all IIMs right now, right? It is again totally futile at this moment to discuss is IIM Ranchi, Rohtak, Udaipur, Trichy, Kashipur, or a Bodh Gaya or anything. Is it worthwhile going there? I don't know. We are not going there today, no. And you don't have to decide whether you have to apply or no. It is one form that you have to fill in, select all the institutes, submit. Over, it is not going to cost you anything, it is not going to do anything. So I don't know. And I have known people who say, no, I only filled A, B, C, L, I, K or something like this. I mean, why? Was it costing you anything? Yeah, nothing knows. So fill it now, students. Who knows what is going to happen in the next 8 months, 6 months or so on. So I'm considering all IIMs as one basket, just at least for application process. Yeah, and I'm sure you'll agree with that, right? Okay, then XLRI. Almost everyone should apply. Again, the thought that XLRI or XAT exam, I am not preparing for CAT, I am preparing for XAT. Who are you fooling? I don't know. There is no such thing called a preparation for CAT extra and preparation for XAT extra, right? All these things are made up by the marketing world, right? They want to make some differences between everything. I want to sell my XAT course in some which way. So I'll say, hey, listen, XAT preparation is different from CAT preparation. Please, 90% of those who are going to get into a great percentile in XAT, other ones will get a great percentile in CAT. Yep, over. And the 10% which are different had a bad day in CAT or had a bad day in XAT. One of the two happened, right? It's not that they are distinct sets. Okay. So let's not waste time in these small things. FMS, you all know. Okay, SPJN. Now SPJN, remember, for the uninitiated ones, students. Uninitiated ones, let me write this. Then how do I do? Okay, this is SPJIMR, and this is not SPJN Global or SPJN, this kind of a thing. This is not SPJN Global. If you are unaware of it, these are two different institutes. These are two different institutes. There are some set of students who don't understand the difference. So if you see a name which has this whole thing written, SPJN kind of a thing, right? Then that's a different institute, and SPJ, the institute that we are talking about goes with this acronym, SPJ, Institute of Management Research, if you want it. Okay, so this ranking is only for them, okay, and not for others. Okay, so what else? This is going to be a little bothersome, is it? How do I? This doesn't. I'll have to get used to this. Give me a minute. Okay. So just give me some minutes. How do I get to that? Oops. This is a little embarrassing. So I've erased, I don't want a pointer, I don't want a pen, I don't want anything. Oops. Oops, this was. Okay, for the moment, I'll just continue this way. Okay, there's IFTD, there's Jamnalal Bajaj, NITI, there is IIT Delhi. I need to get rid of that somehow. How do I get rid of it? No, doesn't help. Okay, I'll restart the presentation. Give me a minute. I'll just restart the presentation. That's better. So probably I'll not be using the pen too much. Okay, so let me also start the recording. I haven't started it here. Okay. So We have IFT Delhi, again, one of the A-listers, nice colleges. Jamnalal Bajaj. Now, a message about JBIMS, do not consider it as it's a very good college, but its admission cycle is totally misaligned these days. The exam for the last years, for the December, the exam for CAT, which happened in November, that season, the CET happened only in this month. Whereas all other B schools have started their program, everything, they are still just declaring their result and so on. So you cannot depend on JBIMS, right? So again, it is very false to say, hey, listen, I'm targeting JBIMS. You cannot, students. Yeah. You will have to take a decision much before the JBIMS process starts or anything results. You'll have to take a decision, and you can't just leave out every college and say, okay, I'll wait for JBIMS, right? So again, students, it's wrong to say that my consideration set includes JBIMS. You have to decide, you'll have to take a decision, go to a B school, and if at all you get into JBIMS later on, you'll have to cancel that earlier admission and then go into JBIMS, right? It's that late in the season, right? So it is definitely a good institute, but no point, at least no point discussing it while you're talking about application process. Yeah. Okay. So NITI, very nice. I hope you know the news. NITI is converted into an IIM. Yeah, so it is definitely going to be again a very popular one. IIT Bombay and Delhi. IIT Bombay and Delhi. Very nice top B schools. There's no difference. I would not say, students. Yeah, if you get into an IIT Bombay, I would in no way say, hey, listen, you lost out on ABC. I will say in life there is going to be so many opportunities that a student from IIT Bombay, Delhi can easily surpass at least half or 3/4 of the batch of an IIM Ahmedabad or a Calcutta. Okay, so again, that is very narrow-minded to think that one institute, you just get into it and it is going to give you unbridled success for the life better than every other institute. Sorry, that is not the way corporate world or careers work, right? So, okay, IIT Bombay, TIS is an excellent college. It is at par at an XLRI or so on. So if you're talking of HR, okay, this is as well recognized, reputed as an XLRI program. Okay, so again, there is no reason why one should say, hey, listen, I'm not choosing this just because it is a lesser known cousin of XLRI or so on, or it is lesser known, or it may not be that glamorous, or it has a lot of other, it has an MA program, by the way, right? So just because of those, that doesn't mean that is somehow less worthy. It is as great, students. So it has to be. Are IIT only for engineers or also for others? IITs are mostly only engineers. There are a few IITs which have started accepting other commerce students as well. Okay, IIT Delhi is one of them, but the intake is very less, students. So again, I don't think so, unless you are a real topper and you have a very great profile, academic profile, okay, in your stream of commerce, and you are getting obviously a great percentile, only then look at it, right? So commerce students, I think so IIT Delhi has that. Madras, Chennai also has, and Roorkee. These are the 3 IITs that I know of who allow non-engineers. There are a few IITs like KGP, they allow a 4-year degree program. So they are not saying engineering per se, but they are saying a 4-year degree program. So that rules out commerce courses to a large extent. Okay. So again, to the best of my knowledge, obviously you need to confirm this by looking at the eligibility of the college site. But then Delhi, Madras, and Roorkee allow the commerce student, but then the intake is very few. You need to be really having a good academic performance of your commerce stream or so on to aspire for these colleges. Okay. Okay, good. So this, and so I'll wait after this. Then there's a college that I've added it here. Okay, it could come in this SIBM Pune. Okay, it's a pretty old college, pretty reputed, and does fairly well, students. Yeah, you have highest salary reaching 32 lakh rupees. your average salary is 20 plus lakh rupees. So I don't think it's closer to 20 lakhs. So SIBM Pune is also a pretty good institute. Okay. So it should also, means at least the ones who get into there and so on, the alumni are better known companies, the company profile that come for placements are very good. So I don't see any reason why that should also not be over there, right? MDI Gurgaon, you know it. Okay. So these are your A-listers. If I'm right, that ends the A-listers. Yes. So let me just have a look. And in the meantime, if you guys also have a college and so on, well, how can I answer question like, should I apply to SRCC GBO? Yes, please apply. How would I know that whether you should apply? Think and question, student. Is there something like, is there some universal answer? Should persons apply to SRCC or not apply? Hang on, another session is about that. We will be discussing about all colleges. We would be discussing about all colleges, everything. Which form should we fill? That's the session about. Is the cutoff of IITs lower than top B schools? Not really. IIT Bombay and IIT Delhi, the cutoffs are in your 99 percentile. So there's no less. So probably means if you look at a few IIMs and get this real student, I still now see people thinking about a 98 or 99 percentile will get you an old IIM call. A 98 or a 99 percentile does not get you an old IIM call. I don't know where are you getting this information from. If you are an engineer, a general engineer, you need a 99.5, 99.6, 99.7 also sometimes doesn't get you a call. Okay, so you need a 99.7 and above. It is in very few cases, even amongst the common, even if you are art students or you are a girl student or you have an unusual profile or so on, that doesn't mean that the cutoffs come down to everyone who gets a 98 will get a call. No, very few outliers are there where, doctors, lawyers, good, impressive, they have been the batch topper or something is there where they get that call from IIM Ahmedabad, because IIM Ahmedabad gives calls to all the toppers in their respective list, irrespective. If you are the top 5 among the lawyers, irrespective of your CAT percentile, you will get a call. Like this, they have those selected conditions over there, right? So that is where 1 or 2 pass out. That doesn't mean that anyone and everyone with that background or that one will get a call at a 99. So if you want to be realistic, very realistic, for an old IIM call A, B, C, and L, and I, and K, and all, you need to have a 99.5 and all above students, right? So if you're comparing it with that, then yes, probably Bombay and Delhi will be a little marginally lower, but then still they are in the 99s. Yeah. Now, so to be safe, I would say 99. I can even expect something like 98.5, 98.6 or so on. But then I would still be, it's a chance-based thing. So, and obviously you can't make a difference over that, right? So if you're asking, is it as competitive? Yes, Bombay, Delhi are as competitive as the IIMs. What about reserve category? Think, is the cutoff lower? Yes, the cutoff is lower for reserve category. Yeah, but then if there's a specific question, I could probably answer, right? So I'm going ahead with the B lister. Okay. So because so all I'm going to discuss, do not worry. So NMIMS Mumbai, whenever there's no campus written, it's a mainstream campus. Okay. IMT Ghaziabad. And if you actually look at it now, students, suddenly among the better students, among the the one who are very aspirational, suddenly the thought will start, but NM is okay, NM isn't one of the best. IMT Ghaziabad, okay, but that is the scene in India. If you look at one of the top colleges, these are the only ones. Then all those clouds of doubt start coming in. Are they really good? Are they really bad? Or so on, right? And that is how, because there aren't any more better than these kind of a thing, right? So NMIMS, IMT Ghaziabad, this message that I just gave also tells you, don't be so quick to discount these colleges. Don't be so quick. I know so many participants or so on are going to think of, hey, NM, NM is, I would not want to go. You are being very judgmental as of now. So hang on for some time. Yeah, maybe attend the whole thing and you'll get an idea. IIT, the other IITs. So we are talking about the other three popular IITs that we are talking about now are Kharagpur, Madras, okay, and Roorkee. These are the other three popular ones. So Bombay, Delhi goes in the A-listers. Kharagpur, which offers any 4-year degree program entrances there. There's Kanpur and there's not Kanpur, Madras and Roorkee. Then Kanpur will come a little lower, that's right. Then there are Guwahati and all also, which have started the MBA program. They would come even a little lower. Okay, so all that cannot be captured out over here, but most IITs are only engineers kind of a thing. Okay. So we have MICA. Again, a little reservation in terms of MICA doesn't have jobs which offer you loads of money. So if you look at the campus profile placement and so on, they won't be they won't be comparable, let's say, to an SIBM Pune. They won't be. Okay, but then it is very reputed. It is one of a unique one in communication management, that is in branding, advertising, these sort of things, in media companies. It is a unique one that way, and it is highly respected over there. So means placements and all are definitely going to be there, but it's just that the companies that come in over there are not the ones which pay the most amount, the roles. But then eventually, if you are thinking of a career in branding and communication management, marketing management, or so on, you will end up in one of the best FMCG companies, you'll end up in the best marketing companies and so on, and you will earn eventually, right? Depending upon, as per your potential. So the start may be a little slow, but the college is pretty good, right? Everything fits in. The campus, very nice professors, very nice course curriculum, very nice job prospects, very nice, right? It is just what misses the tick is the salaries may not be, you don't speak of those salaries as high as other institutes. That's the only drawback, which I don't think so should be a deciding criteria at this moment. Okay, so that is that. I've just kept a gap because, clubbing everything together means a little less, right? So obviously means I'm going to say these are colleges are better than this, right? So SCMHRD, within this, there's no difference. This IRMA, students miss out on IRMA. Some people don't know about IRMA, okay? So Institute of Rural Management, Anand. Again, the word rural management should not put you off, okay? Unless you really have a reason that, hey, listen, I am not going to, whatever it is, I'm not, for whatever illogical reason, whatever, you just hate that word, then you might discount it. But otherwise, I would not put out rural management. So it doesn't mean that you're going to get a job in just the rural sector, student. Most of them, so a lot of them, obviously a lot of companies focus on rural marketing, rural, let's say what, their focus is the ITCs and the FMCG companies. A lot of their focus is on how to capture the rural market. So they do recruit from here. So you end up working with the best companies. Then there are a lot of companies like PwC and so on who do government projects. A lot of these government projects require social angle to it. Okay, or even earlier though, even in the UN multinodal agencies, a lot of people. So there's a world of opportunities over here, and you could have a very high-flying career even after being from that. Obviously, it depends upon the steps that you take afterwards in your career. Yeah, if you just get into IRMA and you sit on your asses and don't do anything hereafter, and you just think that opportunities will fall in your lap, it won't happen that way. Right? You will have to do things ahead. But then I'm saying, as a pedigree or so on, you have a good name to go with. Okay, again, the start campus salaries may not be so exciting. So if you are a IT analyst, you are earning 12-13 lakhs per annum, and then you suddenly something, is it worthwhile? Obviously, now it depends upon the parameters that you're comparing with, right? If you're just comparing that salary figure, that might not happen. If you're comparing the role differences, want to move out of IT or a leadership role kind of a thing, management role, then there are opportunities quite a bit. Okay, you can go. What's happening? XIMB. XIMB is XIM Bhubaneswar. Again, nothing excellent, nothing bad also. So there are locally, regional colleges. I wouldn't say locally, regionally they are much better. So this is nationally it is known, students. Okay, it is known. It is good, counted amongst the better ones. Right? Sydenham. Now this is a very lesser known college. This goes with this SIMSRE. SIMSREE, SIMSRE. So SIMSRE and Sydenham are the same. Sydenham Institute of Management Research and blah 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 something. Yeah. So SIMSRE. Very small batch, students. 60, I guess 60 or 120. I don't remember now exactly. Very, very small batch. And the placements happen for all of them almost like 15-20 lakh rupees. Yeah. Very nice college, right? It takes in only through CET. So there is that problem of reservations. Yeah. So it is primarily reserved for Mumbai University, 70%. Then for Maharashtra University, outside Mumbai, Maharashtra. And OMS, outside Maharashtra, only 10% seats, right? So that boils down to just about 12 seats or so on. So there's not a lot of opportunity, but then yes. And again, the other problem is it is through CET. So that whole cycle of admission is so very late that again, it's not something that you. So this could be, one of the last resorts. Last resort means you have already taken admission to an average B school somewhere and then you end up getting it. But it's competitive. Huh? OMS students need to get a 99.9 plus, not even a 99.78 will not get you a call over here. So don't suddenly say, I've got one lesser known institute and I'll apply there and I would be, getting I would be favored or it's a nice opportunity for me. Sorry, 99.9 plus in CET you would need. Okay, if you are an OMS students. IFT Kolkata, okay, doing good enough, nothing great or so on. Great Lakes, 1 year program. 1 year program is a good program. The opportunity cost gets less. Okay, and okay, a little more about these prospects more once we finish the list. So let me just finish the list first. Now, this is a college that I would want to talk, IISc, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Okay, and it is only for engineers. The problem is that it's only for engineers. Only 18 or 19 seats are there. Only 18 or 19 seats. Okay, and students, a higher salary and all goes 40 lakh plus. 40 lakh plus it goes. The average salary is around 25 lakh. Okay, obviously in the science and engineering field, this college is very reputed. In the management field, hardly anyone knows it because the batch size is so very small. Even in that 18 or 19 seats, there would be reservations because it's a university program, right? So you would just have fighted. But then if you are, I would say if you are inclined towards a technical, techno manager kind of a thing, IT field or business analytics, anything which neighbors the mathematical sciences kind of a thing or so on, right? Then IISc is a good choice. It might be, people will wonder, oh, you're doing an MBA from IISc, but so what, students? The prospects are pretty good. Yeah, means it's just like an IIT Bombay kind of a thing, right? Why is it here and not over there? Because people don't know it. As simple as that. If we just look at it from prospects point of view, it would go in over that. The cutoffs are also not very low. It's 97.5, 98 percentile cutoff is that, right? Because the seats are so few. Okay, so that would be my B listers. And there's a program called PGDBA. So this PGDBA is a program. Okay, it's not an institute. It's run by 3 institutes. Okay, it's run by IIM Calcutta, IIT Kharagpur, and ISI Kolkata. That is the Statistical Institute. This is the first business analytics course. It started years back. Business analytics is currently almost every B school has started a course on business analytics. This is postgraduate diploma in business analytics or business analysis, something like this. Yeah, it started long back. I think so. It must be at least 8 to 10 years old. And imagine spending one semester at IIM Calcutta, one at IIT Kharagpur, one at ISI Kolkata. Obviously, I feel like it's the best of that whole world that you're getting, of technology, of statistics, of this. Only limitation is it's a very specialized course in business analytics. So if you're looking at it, you should. This has a separate exam of its own. Okay, this has a separate exam of its own. So you need to keep a watch for it. So I'll take up the questions also.
Sir, is this exam, I mean, is this course only for engineers, or is it for commerce and other streams as well?
To be honest, I would have to check. Yeah, Rishabh. So, means offhand. Look, my faintly what I remember is it's only for engineers. But then I would still want to check once. Yeah. So Rishabh just checked once. Google it once and check it out. PGDPA.
Sir, if I'm a commerce student, but I would like to get into an analytics course, what are my prospects?
Yeah, well, most of the options are open, almost all. So there is no eligibility restrictions are not there. There are no eligibility restrictions.
When I checked the business analytics course of various IIMs, it mentioned that you needed an engineering degree in their site. I was very confused. So I did not know if I ticked them or not.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it is. Some institutes may put in a condition, but I guess the condition may be. If I think rationally, the condition, just check out, is it about having maths in 11, 12? Maybe that could be a condition because it has statistics, a lot of statistics and so on. So having maths in 11, 12 could be a condition, but is it as strict as only engineers? In some institutes, maybe. So we'll have to check institute by institute for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So Rishabh says he's already checked it. He says it's 4 years bachelor's degree is required. Yeah, Rishabh has checked that up. Okay. So unfortunate that whatever. So C-listers, let's run it down. You know the names. So if you don't know anything, you can ask. There's TAPME, there's IMI Delhi, there's 4 School of Delhi, Goa Institute of Management, Goa, KJ Somaiya at Mumbai, SIIB. Now, another people miss out on applying. Really miss out is on Delhi University programs. Yeah, DU programs. These are good programs. Yeah, but then they don't come. So I know students who would even know a KJ Somaiya or a Wellinger or so on, or a lot of names coming in the D and E list. They would know those names, but they somehow don't know the names of the Delhi University programs, right? So these are different programs in the colleges of Delhi University. Delhi School of Economics has a program of its own. The Delhi Commerce Department has a program of its own. There were, yes, so all these. So do keep this in mind if you are, looking at this ranking kind of a thing. Great Lakes 2-year program will come in the C-listers. SIBM Bangalore is there. Okay, that's it. Yeah. So not many over here. Okay, so that's it. And then we come to the D-listers, right? So, okay. Tori Matthews, maybe just check something at your end. Okay. So D-listers. Now the D-listers are colleges which are locally popular. Yeah, locally means they are preferred amongst the neighboring districts, states, and so on. So there are some names that you might not even have heard if you're not very clued into what are the different B schools. If you're not Googling lots of them or so on, you might not know them. But over there, they are popular in that sense. Okay, so Bharti Dasan Institute of Management, Trichirappalli. Okay, this is Bharti Dasan Trichy. SIMS is Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies in Pune, right? Symbiosis itself has, if I'm not wrong, 11 or 12 different B schools. Okay, so we have already seen SIBM Pune. SIBM Pune is a flagship college, one of the best and ranking with the top colleges of India. Okay, have no doubts about it, students. Yeah, irrespective. Then there's SCM HRD in the second list. Okay, in the third list, there's an SIIB. And in the fourth list, there is an SIMS. I'll tell you stories about this. Like this was very close to our earlier center that we had in Pune. Quite a few students used to get in. It's nothing great. I'm not going to go out of the way and say, hey, listen, it's excellent. But then I have students, and I can name them. I can tell you all who went over there. And one of them is got recruited in Deloitte in HR. And in his 3-4 years at Deloitte, rose up so very fast that, he used to obviously come to our center, come back to visit us and so on. So we know these stories firsthand, right? So he is doing fabulously well for himself. So he became one of the top HR managers in Deloitte, right? The possibility, those positions could possibly have reached only by people from TIS, XLRI or MDI HR kind of a thing, right? So from SIMS also it worked out very well. Then there are so many other students who started from a very average company like ICICI Bank or so on, and then moved to other banks and then other banks, and eventually they are working in one of the best top banks of India or top world banks. Okay, so I think so. So nothing wrong over that. Yeah. So careers play out very differently. So I'm saying you don't discount anything as of now. I'll come to that. How do we choose? Let's just finish this. Okay, Wellinkers, Bombay. Okay, BITS, Pilani. So these all are the locally ones. So obviously someone is going to think in sitting in Delhi, hey, listen, should I go to Wellinkers, Bombay? But if you ask the Bombay crowd or so on, yeah, they are going to count Wellinkers as good college. So for a lot of them, JBIMS, NMIMS go into the nationally recognized one, big one. So what remains with them amongst the lesser known institutes is KJ Somaiya and Wellinkers. So there's that. BITS, Pilani, obviously the reputation of BITS Engineering College comes, so it's good. IFMR is Chennai. So again, not many North guys would know them. Is it great? No, students. So now if you start here, okay, I think somewhere from here onwards, there is going to be a little dissatisfaction in the students. So I know students who have gone to IFMR and they say, sir, kuch maza nahi aaya. It wasn't anything great or so on, right? So yes, there will be dissatisfaction. But as till here, I have not seen people being very disappointed. Yeah, most of them who go till here or so on end up saying, good that we did it. It's nice that we did it. We are better off than what we were earlier, right? So those... IFMR, Nirma is at Ahmedabad, UBS at Chandigarh. Again, for the Ludhiana, Punjab crowd and all, UBS is a big thing over there, right? Liba, okay. Liba is also Chennai, Loyola Institute. This is IFMR has changed its name. Okay, it's something else now. But you can Google IFMR, you'll get it. Okay. LBS is Lal Bahadur Shastri, Delhi. There's lots. NIBM, Pune. Okay. A college which is purely for banking. NIBM is under the NIBM is set up by Reserve Bank of India. It is a government college. Yeah, I don't know which ministry it comes under. It's Ministry of Finance, I guess. Yeah, so these different ministries have their institutes. Very nice. Yeah, since ages it have 100% placement. The only thing is it's very banking oriented. So it's not finance oriented. You're not going to get into investment banking, but you're going to get into commercial banking over that. Okay. So it has started rising up the reputation ladder. Okay. So NIBM is also a good choice there. NM, the other campuses of NM, that is Bangalore, Hyderabad. These off campuses, I would avoid them, to be very honest, right? But then still, a lot of people have started considering, like NM Bangalore, Hyderabad, they have started saying, hey, listen, we can end up getting jobs of 10, 12 lakhs, okay, at the higher end, that is, okay. So they started being considered. You can look at them also, depending upon your circumstance. So here comes SRCC. Someone said, should I apply? Now, depending upon your profile and where the college ends up with. So there's SRCC in Delhi again, very MDI Murshidabad. Yeah, it came with a bang. MDI has a good reputation, but MDI Murshidabad did not do so very great. So maybe if it comes up, it will rise up, it will come to better list. But as of now, it's just average. SIOM, Symbiosis Institute of Operation Management, another Symbiosis basket at Nashik, but as said, for operation management. So it is known amongst us. So Pune, or this area here, Nashik, Pune, Maharashtra, has a huge industrial belt. So some of the auto clusters are there, major auto clusters, all of them are there. Bajaj, Telco, Tata Motors, you have all these, and there is a huge ancillary, lots of things. So most of them come and recruit over the placements. It's not a much issue. So if you're into operation management or so on, that is a good choice. Yeah. UPES is a very different, this is University of Petroleum and Energy and Petroleum. So why did I put it here is just in case someone has a bachelor's degree in energy. Now, energy is another major, upcoming thing, like so energy management and so on. There are very niche area, niche jobs are there. So if you have that background and you don't have a lot of other choices, you might want to explore that opportunity, right? So no point running down anything. So don't be closed right now. Don't rule out anything, right? Then I still differentiate it. I could continue it, but let's just say E-listers as a little more lower down prospects in terms like SSBF, Symbiosis Institute of Banking and Finance. The only reason it's here is banking and finance has a lot of jobs, lots and lots of jobs. Yeah. So you will not be found lacking of job. But then is it a great career that you can make? I would have some reservations about that. But then, okay, if you want a job, Zyme, XISS, Zyme Bangalore, this is Rachi, XISS is HR related. Okay, if someone has questions or so on, I'm just putting that list so that things get moving in your head and you might want to ask questions. IMT has a Nagpur campus. SDM is Mysore. Okay, FMS BHU. Again, for the BHU crowd, for the Varanasi, that belt or so on, BHU is big thing. Yeah, very big. So this name keeps cropping up once in a while here, there. Okay, IIFM is Indian Institute of Forest Management at Bhopal. Okay, again, and it is a government college, very offbeat, nice campus, everything good. Years back, it was very nice, when there were very few colleges. But now it hasn't really, marketed itself, hasn't done anything. So over the years, there were no Great Lakes, there was no SI Symbiosis did not have so many different institutes. They came IIFM sort of kept getting neglected, but it is still just present over there. BIMTech is Noida, private B-School. Okay, locally very good. SIMC is for communications. Again, if you are absolutely sure that, hey, listen, I only want to do marketing communication or it's marketing communication mostly. Journalism is not a part over here, right? It's communication and mostly management, marketing, communication. If you're hell bent on it, you're not getting anywhere else, then okay. Maybe the top 10, 15 get good placement. The rest, all of them are laggards for me, right? So your placements and all will suffer. Yeah, it's not that these guys will have the best. So all of them place. So don't consider that getting into any of them and suddenly that it's now the college's responsibility to get me placed. No, that won't happen. Yeah. So I do get this. And then there are these institutes which anyone and everyone sort of can get an admission. Okay. Seriously, it's not bad. By anyone and everyone, I mean, I know of people who have a year failed in their 12th, 1 year drop in their 12th, then they did a commerce course, something, and then they left the commerce and they switched to a law. I know, I'm talking to students, yeah, they had such shifts in their career. 60-70% in their average acads, they also do get out over here. Okay, so all of them. So Alliance, Christchurch, these all of this. There's an institute in Delhi called Soil. You'll get IBS Hyderabad. I put it because people will ask me, right? I have a lot of reservations about it. We'll come to which are good, which are not good.
So there was a recently new university that I heard about, Masters Union. Have you heard about it?
Yeah.
I don't see it on the list.
No, it is not. Yeah, it is not on this list, but it will be there in the presentation.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, so not many questions over there. Yes. Yes.
Sir, is BITS only for the engineers, BITS Pilani?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. It's only for engineers. I'll tell you what, students, yeah, because a lot of these are factual things. There are so many of them, and I might not have the exact details, but then you know that there's an institute called BITS Pilani or so on. So just check up once, yeah, what is the eligibility. But the openness to a lot of these MBA programs is now for non-engineers, everyone. Means even the engineering bastions, the IITs and so on, are opening up. So I don't think so they would also have an issue, but just check up once. I'll talk Puneet. Puneet, give me a minute. I'll just talk about it. Yeah, I'll just talk about both Masters Union, BITSOM also. D2U will be considered in which category? Delhi Technical University. Yeah, Diksha, are you saying, do you mean Delhi Technical University? I would put it in the locally popular or the E-listers only. So D2U doesn't have any great programs or MBA, so it will come in the very local thing. So I would put it only in the E-list or so on. So I don't think so you should, unless you cannot move out of Delhi and it is next to your place and you don't get any other option. So compared to a DTU or so on, I would say, hey, why don't we go to, let's say, an SRCC or an even a maybe. तुम थोड़ा research करोगे ना, once you know the college names or so on. So for example, if you're from Delhi, maybe just visit a LBS once, visit a Soil once. Soil is in Gurgaon. They are catering to that segment of where students cannot end up getting into the A-listers. Okay. But then some of them are good, some are average or so on. They are catering to that. DTU mein aate university programs, I would avoid them. They are not so competitive as a private college programs, right? So I would say, and for MBA, IMI, these put in much more efforts in their placement or in they being popular, they attracting better than a university college. A university college has that hangover of chalta hai. They get funds from the university. They don't have to worry about costing part and so on. So I would avoid the university colleges. Which forms and college do we need to fill before CAT exam? All the A-listers and B-listers you would have to fill before the college exam, before CAT exam. Most of them, yeah. So that is not the way that you should think, Nikita. Nikita, first, okay, so I'm just taking a pause and I'll continue. The first is you need to look at which of these do you fill in. You don't have to look at, okay, which do I have to fill before CAT, which after CAT. You first make a list of colleges from this, the ones that you need to apply. And then for those colleges, you go and you check when are the application process. Right? That's the right way. Yeah, what's the point of how many colleges before CAT, how many after CAT? Don't put the don't go a very logical way. Which are the better college, which to apply? Okay. So not many questions over here. I've just seen, does any of A and B listers consider good percentile in here? Okay, Dheeraj, unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. So Dheeraj, all our colleges over here, there is no around 80% is let's say around 80% in your 10th and 12th is the sort of cutoff. There's no written thing called a cutoff. So it's not that you will not get a call below if you don't have anything less than 80. But I'm just saying ki, if I look, most of the people in A and B listers are going to be the ones who are 80% plus in their 10th and 12th. Okay, so if I have something low with that, let's say I'm in the 70s, now the question will come down to, you will have to compensate that by a very high CAT score. You'll have to compensate. So can that compensation happen? Yes. So there are going to be individuals, outliers who have 70% in their 10th, 12th, and they end up over there. Okay, in amongst the A-listers college, amongst the better college. So there is a possibility, but then it's not as if they ignore academics. So so you will have to again start understanding, hey, listen, I might not have the best acads. Okay, so chuck this process and let me compensate it by a very better percentile. And if that also is elusive, if also that is not very achievable for all, then I'll talk about the other colleges. Now look at those colleges, then spread your things. Yeah. Okay. So I'm continuing, some nice points coming up. So here we have the answers. Yes, I'll answer that also, Pranav. So here are the answers for those, right? So other B schools. So a couple of B schools require a special mention. So I'm saying one is BITSOM Mumbai. Now BITSOM is again BITS only, from the BITS group only, Birla group only. BITS Pilani is from Birla group. This is also Birla only. It comes from the same name, BITS. BITS School of Management. They started a program in Mumbai. Okay, and they are launching it as a very high-end, very prestigious course. So the promises are, listen carefully, the promises are that this is going to be a very top-notch college. Okay, just like ISB came in. So ISB came in while I was in this field. ISB is Hyderabad, the Indian Business School, Hyderabad. It came in. So it came in with a big bang. It was one of the first 6 or 7 US and European universities, top B schools, were the promoters of ISB. Okay, and they came together. They launched this in ISB year. The sort of fanfare it was. Hyderabad, Chandrababu Naidu gave them a huge land, everything. So there's a lot of happening things going on. The first few years of ISB Hyderabad were very unsettling. They thought the idea was we would have more than half the college as foreign nationals. It did not turn up even till date. That was not the idea, right? So what I'm trying to say is promises are one thing, but the going gets a little rough in the initial years. So my message for BITSOM is, if you believe in the BITSOM name, if you are ready to ride out the first 1-2 years of roughness, right, go for it. It seems promising. I don't think so it will let you down. But then again, don't go in with that expectation, hey, listen, I am going to a college which is a very good one. Don't go in with that idea. You never know. The first few years would be, let's take the IIMs. Now, IIMs, Indore, Kozhikode, started the year that I went into an MBA. There were a lot of reservations. Today, there's a lot of reservations about a Kashipur or may not be about a Raipur, but definitely about a Kashipur or an Amritsar or a Vizag or a Nagpur. Yeah, there are a lot of things. So the initial years are, you just do, campus is being set up, things are being setting up, reputation is being built up and so on. So you believe in the name, it is promising, it looks good, but then it is anyone's bet, students. No one can come and tell, hey, it's a marketing gimmick if someone comes and say, hey, ये तो अच्छा होना ही है, ये चले जाओ, आँख बंद करके चले जाओ, बहुत अच्छा है. Don't go with that idea. Open your eyes and say, I have seen the group. They are not fly-by-night operators. They have invested money. They have done everything right. Hopefully, it will all work out very well in the end. So I'm going in. But I appreciate the risk that the trajectory may not be as high as I expected it earlier. Simple, got it? So, once you start accepting the risks that you are taking, then the decision is a little lighter on your shoulder. Yeah, is a little lighter. You own the responsibility more of the decision. You are not so those things will come in BITSOM. So is it a college worth considering? Yes, I would say yes. I would say if okay, let me put this way. I think I have a good potential. Let's say Dheeraj says I have a good potential. Unfortunately, my background doesn't make chances of an ABC very high. So and I think this can turn out to be favorable in the long run. So I take a decision and I go with that. It's good enough. There's a reason. You also know that why you are taking this and not doing the other. So have that sort of reasoning process in your mind, and then pick it up, right? So next is this Masters Union. Now this is very surprising. So my answer may not satisfy you, folks, but this is very, very surprising. This institute came out of the blue, and is competing with the likes of an old IIM and so on. Now, what the reports that have come in, in their recruitment
I looked
process,
at them, yeah, sir. So is this like a one shot? Yes, they got lucky 1 year. Is that what's happening? Is what I want to know. Or what do you think of it?
Yeah, look, I'm skeptical. To be honest, I'm skeptical. But I have not found anything wrong that they have been claiming. So when they claim that they are the people who come to teach them are from McKinsey, are from some of the best consulting groups and so on, it is true. And if they say that the profile, that the students' profile that they have attracted, they say that they have students who were earning 10 lakhs and so on, and they have come here, and the live projects that they do, all of it is true, to be honest, right? It's true. So but then it sounds unbelievable. So that is where the skepticism comes. So I still, if you want an opinion, I still am undecided. I would not look. I don't know if any one of you know, there was once an institute which used to give full page newspaper ads, full page, dare to think beyond the IIMs. How many of you know that? Amazing thing, that big guy. Dare to think beyond the IIMs. Yeah, Dheeraj knows it, right? Now, very few people know it. I mean, only Dheeraj has said. IIPM was the institute. It used to give in full page ads in every edition of India, across India, Bangalore, Chennai edition, Mumbai edition, Delhi edition, every edition. And Arindam Chaudhary was the guy who came in with he started saying he's the next management guru and so on, kind of thing. He came out with his book, Don't Count Your Chickens Before They Hatch. I think so. He counted his chickens before they hatched. Yeah. So now that was pretty much like that was pretty obvious that he's fooling around everyone, right? Now, but so when such tall claims are made, so what is the analogy that I'm saying? When such tall claims are made, skepticism comes in. But to be very honest and fair, I don't think so Masters Union is anything related to IIPM kind of a scale. IIPM was a real bad case, right? Masters Union, that can be true. So my suggestion here is just, students, someone from Gurgaon or so on needs to go first hand, or if you're considering it consider it seriously, but invest a little, go to the college, have a look at it, see what it is. So the first hand feel and so on is important. Okay, you need to do, because my skepticism comes from, it takes a lot of years for something great to develop. Like an ISB is a prime example. ISB started becoming great only after 7, 8, 9 years, and they had the world resources at their disposal. But then you should know what's happening. So Masters Union it's a like Bitsom is a reasonable guess. This is a little what do you call a rushed bet? A thing that a risky bet. Chalo, I'll take that risk kind of a thing. Yeah, that's a more reasoned out bet. This is a much risky bet. So obviously you have ISB. I've talked about, if you have 2 years plus experience and so on, ISB is a great choice, students. Yeah, today though it is better than IIM Ahmedabad also, provided you have 2 years thing, and then you will need to take a GMAT. You need to have now they are not as competitive. They are not competitive in the sense of CAT score and so on. So yes, you need a high GMAT score, but then that's not the only criteria. So you have a good profile, good work experience, a little different, your SOP is good. So a range of things goes into its consideration, but that's a different cycle of preparation. So you need to start thinking about that. So these are the 3 other colleges that I want to talk about. Other programs, someone asked me dual country programs. Students, this is not working. Yeah, this is just it's first of all, it's costly. It ends up with 30-40 lakh you incur a cost. Okay, dual country programs are promoted majorly by IMT Ghaziabad. So IMT Ghaziabad will give you a call, will call you, and you know what they do? After calling you for a program, they will say on the table, they will say, we are giving you a dual country program. Sign up for it right away. You know, so such things also happen. Okay, so such things very. And then there's this SP Jain IMR, J IMR separate, SP Jain Global. SP Jain Global has a dual country program. Okay, these dual country. So coming to it, how good are they? Very average. They are just average. So what is the difference? Let me tell you this. Let's say when I go to a top B school or so on and I'm doing finance, then I'm looking at joining investment banking, or maybe if your interest is in corporate banking, not corporate finance, then you would want to join a big group in corporate finance or financial consultancy and so on. The lesser known institutes will go into the commercial banking, you know, HDFC, Axis Bank, those kind of places. So they are not the into investment kind of a thing or so on. They're more of commercial bankers only. So that sort of thing. Or let's say a Bajaj FinServ, the companies or there are a lot of companies who give out loans, right? So you will end up in those kind of jobs, right? Reliance Capital, Tata Capital. Now, these are not one of the best companies for in terms of a top B school. They would not be counted as great offers in a top B school. So you'll end up. So will a dual country program give you a job offer? Yes, you'll come back to India and you will get a job. Yeah, you'll get a job, but that job isn't going to be as great as, you know, spending. So the glamour that they show, that you'll be a world citizen, you'll do 6 months in Dubai, you'll do 6 months in Singapore, you'll do 6 months in India. Just remember, all these are paid with your money. So it's nothing like as if you have suddenly you can start applying to across the globe. You can start applying and you'll be considered. It doesn't happen that way. So don't fall for the trap of, you know, as if you're going to become a global citizen and you'll get a job in Europe or you'll get a job in US. That won't happen just because of dual country program. Most probably you'll come back and do a job in Reliance Capital, lots of such names. Yeah. So, so not worth the cost unless obviously you want to spend some time. Now, I honestly, I don't, if you can afford it and you're not getting any other programs and you can afford it and you want to have you want to spend 6 months in Dubai and 6 months in Singapore, go for it kind of a thing if you have that kind of money or so on. Family business management programs, then certain MBA guys want to get into family business management program. Remember, this is only if you have a current business setup. Family business management programs, they are, they run for 1 week and then they are off for next 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So it's not as if you have a regular college to go. They will call you in the college, they'll do 1 week of courses and they'll say, go manage your business now for the next this, and do some project and come back after a month. Some ones come back after a quarter. All of them have different structures. So they are not a substitute for the PGP program. Okay, they are just one is, yes, every college also wants to get enrollments, it wants to earn money and so on. So they keep coming up with new programs. Okay, so if you have a family business, you are running a family business, you don't have time for doing a regular 1 full year MBA program, or you don't get a great college and you would rather run your business, but at the same time you want some academic let's say paper or something to say that you are an MBA. right? Then do these programs, but not as a substitute for a, the value for which MBA people do MBA, not for that. Okay, so important ones, which to apply. Yeah, which to apply, very important ones. Be careful. Okay. No, sir. So here we come to some very controversial thing. Okay. And sorry, you might, half of you might even log off after this. I don't know, right? But I have to mention this. There are 5,000 plus B schools in India. Other than 100, others are not very good. Yeah, approximate 100. I'm not considering IIM just 20 institutes. If I take the IIMs, then they themselves are 20 institutes. So I'm just considering them as one. So the numbers could just be approximate 100. But students, please don't consider schools ranked 50 to 100 as bad. Yeah, please understand 50 to 100 schools are still in the top 2% schools of India. Yes, the 4,800 other schools are very bad. So what I mean to say is, now I have a lot of these students who say, hey, listen, tap me. Why will I go to a tap me? It's an average B school or so on, right? Or a Goa Institute of a Math. Please understand that there is some reputation that you know about that institute. You are sitting over here, you are considering it, it's in a consideration set, they struggle, they might not be an IIM, they might not be, everyone is not a top college. Na? So don't just discount B schools, don't just run them down saying this is hopeless. I've seen a lot of people, and giving gyan on the internet as if they have so much of world experience. Yeah, tell me, student, can everyone get into the top 20 B schools? How can everyone get into the top 20 B schools? Even if the top 20 B schools have 500 seats each, 500 into 2, 1,000, and 10,000 students can go in out with that. What happens to the other 10,000 is such a small number if you actually start looking at it. Yeah, so don't get into those kind of thing, right? So in fact, that message starts coming even from even at a level of IIMs. Is it worthwhile to go to Nagpur? Should I go to Kashipur or no? So I don't think so. One should be so eager to run down institutes, right? And the other face of reality also. Now, when we come to running institutes, we start discounting them. Why? Okay, let me come back in here. I have an institute right next to my place here only. Balaji it is. Yes, so some of you would know it, and you can see from the smile. A lot of people will say, "Oh, Balaji." Arey Baba, that guy takes in BIMM, he takes in 200 students and he places all the 200 students. I have been to that college, means once I thought I'll start teaching statistics and all. So I taught over there. So I know the inside story. So obviously it's nowhere in comparison in these rankings. But do you know what? I've seen students go to CRISIL from there. I've seen students go to HSBC Bank and to Standard Chartered Bank, and everywhere I've seen people travel from there. I've seen people move to very good roles and profiles after being from there, right? So, and more importantly, these are those students who otherwise would have been struggling to get a job. So I see these students as rookies coming in. They don't know anything about corporate world. They don't have a job experience. Many of them have breaks in careers, 60%, 50%. They'll not get anywhere. And in 2 years, this guy, that Bala sir, or they call him, unfortunately is no more. He would grind them, put them into a grinding machine kind of a situation. At the end, he would make them corporate worthy. So what I'm saying is there are a lot of such institutes everywhere. Yes, half the batch won't get placed. But yeah, if you cannot be in the top 10%, if you cannot be in the top quartile, forget first, second, third, fourth. If you cannot be in the top quartile of a batch, let's say Zyme Bangalore, if you cannot be amongst the top 10, 15, 20% over there, then you know where the problem lies. Now, the problem doesn't lie with Zyme. The problem lies with you. Why couldn't you? So Zain gotten 5 very great offers, but you could not back those 5 great offers, right? I hope you understand that, right? So don't run them down. And that is the other face of reality. Aspirants are there. And remember, by just percentage, only 10% can be amongst the 90 percentile. Na? So most the other 1,90,000 are going to be below 90 percentile. Lot have average academics. Forget that. I've seen increasingly over the years, I've seen a trend that people don't have a job. They will not get a job. Their acads are poor, marketing, quant skills are poor, everything is poor. They will also run down institutes. Aise mat karo. Right? So remember, there are 2 faces to reality. One is the institute's reality, how good, bad they are. One is also my potential, my aptitude, my reality. And this comes after a lot of thought and experience. Right? And that experience comes from one major thing. Compared, everyone would like to be great, right? But then, if I cannot get a chance into let's say, into an Indian cricket team, I cannot get a chance into Indian cricket team. What's wrong if I get, if I play a league, some of the league matches, I get into a IPL somewhere. It's great career. No? So I'm saying compare that ways. Don't just say, hey, listen, this is commercial, this is bad, that is this, and so on. Right? So please choose B schools based upon real assessment and not wishful thinking. So assess yourself real and then apply. And how do you choose? So how do you choose? Yeah, Dheeraj, Ramki is an IIM guy. The professors at PIMM, they were at Balaji are not a joke. They are all IIM, lots of them are from IIMs and so on. Anyways, so I don't want to promote any institute or such, but what I'm just trying to tell you is, you need to understand that it's not black and white. Things are not black and white anywhere, right? So I have seen some of the most slow learners go on and do really well. I've seen some of the high flyers, they land up, even IIM Ahmedabad I've seen people from landing up at IIM Ahmedabad and really messing it up in their careers. Okay, all those things happen. I've seen people mess up the first 10 years of their career, mess up and then rise up and do very great after that. So a lot of things are there, right? So it is very wrong to say everything is dependent on only the brand for B-School that I go. That's not the way it is. So quick decision. Oh, it's a lot of time to happen, right? What is the use of MBA to you? So listen, students, a lot of us cannot get a job. And I can see, no student, you can see in the group, why do we have to brush everything under the carpet? In the group, don't you see students asking some questions sometimes or so on, where you start wondering, you are wanting to compete amongst the best and the brightest of the minds, and we are struggling with some very basic things. That doesn't mean that the person is wrong. Yeah, all I'm saying is the person thinking that I should only go to an A, B, C, or I or K is wrong. That is not what should have happened. Okay, Chalo. You want to get a job. Why are you doing an MBA? I want a job. I'm not getting a job. Then students, very clear, spread your application against all lists. अगर job चाहिए ना आपको, ठीक है, और job नहीं है, तो forget glamour, forget reputation and so on. You should apply to all the 5 lists. So in your first list, you should have 3-4 college. In your second list, you should have 3-4 college. Third list, 3-4 college. Fourth list, 3-4 college. Fifth list, 2-3 college. Got the idea? Very simple, na? Job chahiye. You don't want to leave out the better colleges. You don't want to, not end up nowhere, right? So do all the columns. Job mil jaye, depending upon your percentile, kahin to milega. Obviously, wherever the best you get, you'll go over there. But if you don't get the best, at least it should not happen that my efforts have gone waste, my plan has gone waste. I have nothing with me. Okay. So spread your college, right? Why are you doing an MBA? Think about answer. And you want to get into an MBB. Now, what is an MBB? So some of us might not even know what is an MBB. Okay. So you want to get into an MBB. MBB is the McKinsey, Boston Consulting Group, Bain. Okay. So it's synonymous to, I want to get into the top consultancy of the world. I need a job which takes me, in a week, it takes me to 4 or 5 different places I'm flying. I have to catch a morning flight to Singapore, and then next day I have to come here, and then I have a meeting. The top flying careers, if you want, right? Investment banking, top consultancy. Then students, you know which colleges you need to apply to. So honestly, you should know the answer. These colleges, you'll only get it from an A, B, C. To an extent from an I. Some part of it an FMS. You can land up over there even from an SPJ. May not be immediately, but after 4 or 5 years, you'll land up over there. Or an I and K also, you'll land up. But then again, we are, as you go below one rank below, the chances of going over to that high-flying career keeps getting lower and lower. Okay, and the funny thing here is, very interesting is, getting at an IM A or B or C doesn't guarantee you this. There are lots of things. So the competition doesn't end over there with the cat getting into an A, you will land up with an MBB, right? It's even killing as you go along. And so a lot of things are in for a surprise. And you know what? After doing all this, if you land up over there and you said, oh shit, where did I land up? Imagine the fun of that. That also happens. That also happens. Yeah. And if you are that kind of a candidate, please be ready for an alternate career. These things are chance-based. You cannot control them perfectly. So you might deserve, you might put in the effort, you might do everything. But just because of one random reason that you could not control, you might end up not getting through. Right? So you need to be ready for an alternate career, right? If you are, so I've taken the 2 extreme ends. One, MBA you are doing क्योंकि job चाहिए यार, job नहीं मिल रहा है, ठीक है, सब करो apply. MBA चाहिए क्योंकि मेरे को सिर्फ Wall Street पे काम करना है. By the way, Wall Street पे job करना है तो इंडिया से MBA मत करो. You are not going to get a job on Wall Street by doing an MBA from India. Then start thinking of a Stanford or a Wharton or a Harvard or London Business School or so on. You will not get it from India. Okay, so I'm saying the 2 extreme ends, you should know. Okay, and then there are a range of people. So listen, I'm trying to make it very practical. You have to change your role. So listen, so somewhere this aspiration is, I need to be in the management cadre. Okay, I need to take decisions related to, this is how I would think when I was young. I need to have power. I need to have decision-making ability. I need to decide, this product karte hain, ye business karte hain, wo business karte hain, hiring decision, firing decision, money spending decision, team ka boss hu, those kind of a thing. You want such changes of roles. Got the idea? Yeah, whereas right now I am just a executive level or apprentice kind of a level, or I'm a coder or a tester or something like this, whatever, right? So you want to change your role. Then if you want to change your role now, students, please spread your application across ABC, all the ABC list. ABC list will give you that kind of a role. It is the companies that will be different. So an A list will give you that role in, let's say, a Procter & Gamble, a Hindustan Lever, a Marico, and so on. B might give you that same thing, let's say, in a lesser known company, not as great company. He might give it in Reliance, in a Tata company, somewhere, and so on, right? A C will give you that same kind of a role, but in the other yet companies. So those differ, but the role you will get those role, and getting good breaks, progressing, you will end up doing well. So remember, if you want to change your role, now do something about it. Don't just get stuck at the first and second list. I find that so like even from the D list, if your performance is really bad or so on, from D list, try to choose something and make it work, right? So you have this. What else? If you don't want to do that, let's say you can even plan online programs like this, like There's a lot of programs currently online in business analytics. You can change that role. You can artificial intelligence. These are sunrise industries. You'll get lots of job over that. So do an artificial intelligence course. Obviously, it should be linked up. If you have finance something, aspirations, do a finance course from a Bombay, from a NSC ka course. There are some other specialized courses. Do those courses. Think about that. Okay, some more. Okay, listen. Entrepreneurship. You want to do an MBA from an entrepreneurship. Seriously, student, these are reasons that have. Entrepreneurs never feel the lack of an MBA students. Honestly speaking. So it is real. So what I also mean to say over here is, if entrepreneurship is your idea, then finish off an MBA. Jaldi se. Do any list. Do anywhere. If you get stuck, why will a person wants to be an entrepreneur? Why will he want to get stuck to only ABC list, only A lister? What's the point? I don't see any point over there. I see a point. We finish it and get on to your entrepreneurship dream. Huh? There are most entrepreneurs are non-MBA. MBA prepares you for a job. MBA prepares you. In fact, it's very difficult to become an entrepreneur after an MBA because the opportunity cost is so huge. People are going to pay you money to get work for them, right? So on the other hand, if you don't have, start small, do whatever you want. You might be the next big thing. Yeah, who knows? Entrepreneurs need ideas. Entrepreneurs need they are made up of a different something else runs in their blood. Yeah. They don't care for that money, and they don't care for that. They care for the building part. So you can do that. I don't think so you need this. Okay, some more. You want an increase in salary, more realistic. I want an increase in salary. You don't have an issue with current role. Again, lots of people come to my mind, doing very good, some in the best IT companies, tried couple of times. I know the potential is the IIM kind, but they did not end up getting. And I know real people that ways. Don't do an MBA. A lot of them have gone on to the US, are working in great companies, and are, obviously they all are grown up now. They have kids, they have everything, and they're doing fabulously well without an MBA. But their job role was very good. They were very good in that. So they would reach levels of project managers, delivery managers in an IT company, or so on, or whichever where you are. IT, I'm mentioning it because bulk of us are over there. So if you are in another industry and you're doing fairly well for yourself, you have no problem with that. It's just that you want increase in salary. Then what do you do? Then decide on your current salary. Decide basically you are earning 10, 12 lakhs, limit to A and B list. Don't go beyond B list. You are earning 14, 15 lakhs, 16 lakhs, 20 lakhs. Role is good, everything, only limit to A list. ये सब कॉमन सेंस है स्टूडेंट, लेकिन किसी को बोलना रहता है ये चीज, राइट? तो यहाँ पर मेरा पॉइंट है कि if you are making only 4 to 6 lakhs, let's say, hey, listen, I am in a TCS, I am in a Wipro. TCS, Wipro, these are not great jobs. I don't know why you are so happy about it. Yeah, these are just average kind of a jobs. These are average kind of a jobs. They are not one of the best. Even in their field, they are not the best ones. They are mask recruiters. A TCS goes to a VIT and recruits 700, 1,000 people. Okay? So I don't know what's so great about that, right? Then I would say, then go right up to the D list. No, don't stop at C. Maybe go for a D list, something you might get an increase in salary. So decide on that. So I think so these are very, very practical decisions. Yeah, I don't think so you need to be very emotional about those. So take those decisions based upon what you want to do. Seriously, student. So therefore, I say think about doing applying. Okay, how many to apply? If you want a practical answer, at the very least, okay, so I would not be able to write. So at the very least, students, 12 to 15 institutes at the least. Okay, so 12 to 15 institutes at the least apply. On the higher side, people end up applying to 20 institutes also. And now, you know what? That's a very simple thing. You have those 5 lists. Okay, if you are applying to 12 colleges, okay, then, and you want to limit yourself only to ABC list, 12 divided by 3 spread across 4 colleges. Okay, you want to go more to this 5, 4, 3 college. Got the idea? Your academics or so on, or performance may not be very high. So 3, 4, 5. So make a very practical decision like this. Don't be blind. Any institute, every institute apply. You are applying to 12 institutes only, and you want across all the 5 columns. I would say you should try to increase. Don't limit it to just 12. Try to go higher. 15 institutes, 16 institutes. So 12 to 20 institutes. You need to sort of apply across the whole spectrum of based upon what you want. Okay. So that was about how many. Now, how do you take a decision which to apply? I would need to write. So let me get to those. I don't know how does one get rid of this, but still. Huh. Okay. So, student decision, yeah. The last. This is a triangle. Pay attention. Yeah, one of the most easiest part of the triangle is cost. Okay, so cost. And there is a cost of applying. Okay, and it is not something that you can ignore. Okay, so there is a cost of applying. That is one parameter. Then there is a parameter of missed opportunity. So pay attention to this very carefully. Missed opportunity. So you don't want to miss out on any of the A-listers. I want to apply to even IIMS is done. IIMS, XLRI, and FMS, and MDI, and SPJN, and SIBM Pune, and whatever is that. So that itself will become 7 colleges. Do you know? IIT Bombay and everything. Do you know that itself will become 7 to 8 colleges? And you know what? All these 7 to 8 colleges are 98.5 plus percentile or a 98 percentile. Chalo, 98. NDI you might get at a 98 also. But do you realize what the importance of that is? And this 98 percentile is not that everyone is going to go end up getting, right? So that is what I mean by miss. So I say, hey, listen, this is becoming too much. So maybe I will leave out SPJ. Okay, or maybe I leave out an IIT Bombay just to reduce. That is what I mean by missed opportunity. Okay, and the last thing here, the other triangle here is let's say the urgency or the need, urgency or have to do an MBA. Have to do an MBA. Okay, this is also an important question for a lot of people. Some of them have no imagination. They have to do an MBA. There's no point about it. Because I feel that my life is stuck and I need to do an MBA. There's a lot of such people. Okay, to be honest, yeah, because they think somewhere MBA is going to be that magic trump card in their career. Okay, which will suddenly turn everything right. So there's an urgency is a simple thing of this year I have to do an MBA. Now, what is this? I'm pretty sure you might not make a lot of sense here. What I'm saying is choose 2 out of the 3. You cannot choose all 3, only 2. So if you don't want to miss out any opportunity, you want to take in everything, and you have to do an MBA this year itself. Okay, then you cannot think about cost. Then end up applying to 20-25 institutes across all. You have to do everything. So apply to all the 7-8 in the first list, apply to 5 in the second list, apply to 4 in this. So there 8 or 7, 7 and 5, 12, 12 and another 4 or 16. Apply 4 more to later, be D list. Why? Because you have to do an MBA. What if I don't get a great percentile? Yeah, it all depends even on your CADs. Yeah. So that will end up at almost 20 institutes you will end up applying. Got it? Then you can't control cost. 20 institutes means you will have to spend about into 2.5, 3,000, 50, 60,000 rupees you'll have to spend in application process. Oh, clear? But if you say, hey, listen, no, I can't spend 50, 60,000 rupees, then you'll have to let go of one of them. You'll have to let go of one of them. So no, I can't leave this. Then I have only 30,000 rupees. I can't leave this. So you are going to end up filling everything in column 1, 7, 8 colleges over there. Okay, you will have to apply 5 colleges in the second list, 7 and 5, 12 college out over there. 12 into 2,500. हो गया आपका 30,000 के पास 30,000 हो गए. Then it might end that you might not get a college in hand. वो भी हो सकता है. Then you cannot choose this. You want to try out every college, you don't want to miss anything, and the cost also you want to control, then you can't do this. Or else you want to control cost and you have to do an MBA, then you cannot apply to all colleges. Then you'll have to say, hey, listen, 99, 98, I think I will not get all that much. So let me just take that IIMs and let me take एक MDI कर लेते हैं 98 के लिए. SP Jain छोड़ देते हैं, IIT Bombay छोड़ देते हैं. तो वहाँ 2-3 कॉलेज ही हैं. ठीक है? And then you have this middle B list. Here also take a few of them. So you know that ways. And you have to come to the last list because you have to do an MBA. कहीं तो मिलना चाहिए ना? You have. I hope I have made it very clear, transparent. How do you think? How do you decide on these? You know, this thing is a very bad thing, you know, but then this is reality. You have to leave out one of the corners. You have to leave out. I found this decision-making matrix kind of a thing good for my personal use in some other decisions because it gave me a thought, hey, listen, why am I agonizing? I cannot have all 3. You cannot have all 3. Which one are you ready to leave? Decide that. Your process becomes much simpler to decide. बहुत अच्छा है इसमें, right? So I hope that was good. That was useful. So that is what I have all of it, right? So what else? Now how do I get rid of this? I still don't know what's wrong with this. I don't know what happened. अच्छा, ये अपने आप चला जाएगा because they okay, finally managed. ठीक है. So how many is that all? Okay, specialization, I'll just answer that in a moment. If someone has questions, shoot students, it's almost time. Long hours, long for a live session, it's quite a long thing. No, Palak, there is no such thing. SP Jain is a very top national college that they have absolutely no reservations or any sort of thing in SP Jain. And SP Jain is a very competitive college, Palak, okay? So very, very, by competitive college, I mean very high percentiles and very high profile they need. Okay, so you can't get in an SP Jain with an average profile.
Hello.
Yes?
Sir, I have one question, just a bit personal one. So I've an average academics somewhere close to 75% in 12th then my graduation and 85% in my 10th. So, but what keeps me going is that I'll get good percentile in CAT and all these things. So, sir, is that the right way to think that I may end up in one of the A or B colleges?
Yes, 80, 85 and all is not a limitation. I don't think so. 85 is a limitation.
But
yeah.
But sir, the 12th marks are not really great. 75% was what I got.
But then look, the idea is it's not over till the last ball. Rachit, wohi wala fanta hai. It's not over till the last ball. You know, even if I have to score, let's say, 27 runs in the last over, you know, it's not something that I'm going to say, ki, hey, listen, chuck it na. So wo wala attitude rakho. Dekho, obviously, now means if you look at Captain Cool Dhoni, then you know, this whether you will get that, whether that 74 will be a limitation for A or B or not or so on, you know, that can only be known once that event comes and happens. So till the time that doesn't happen, you know, there's no point in saying, hey, because of that, I won't get a seat, so I would as much as I might relax. Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, you cannot. Will it be totally ignored? Oh, I cannot even, I'm at that stage now that I cannot, just, yeah, it's actually fooling only. I cannot just fool you and say, hey, listen, it's okay, no one is going to check, हो जाएगा. ऐसा मतलब हो जाने को बोलने को तो बहुत जन बोलते हैं ना, हो जाएगा, right? तो इसीलिए मेरा, I think so the best attitude over there ना sums up in this one sentence. It's not over till it is over. Till it is over, till the time they did not reject me, till that time I would say there is some window of opportunity, and I'll keep going at that. That is the reason why I don't answer those profile-based questions a lot, na? People are, because opportunity is there for every time. Yeah. So go for it, man. Go for it, Rachit. Yeah. Don't let these thoughts limit yourself. क्या होगा? मतलब you will only emerge better from this all, na? You will only emerge better. Yeah, and so can you roughly segregate for Raghav percentiles and all? Now these all decisions, like Pratap asked, how is I am Bodh Gaya, Jammu, Raipur, Trichy? These all decisions are to be taken in. Okay, so I missed that. So for those who joined in late, which should you go to a Trichy, Bodh Gaya, or so on? These all decisions have to be taken in next April, May. Don't take that decision now. Don't take that decision now. Be liberal in applying. Okay, I know students who have restricted themselves and not applied to many places. I know people from last year batch also, in spite of telling so many times. Yeah. No, sir, I did not even apply to SPJ, and I ended up only applying to IIM and Excel. That's it, only 2 colleges. Why? Why are you saying that an SPJ student is not doesn't do as good as an IIM students, ABC or an Excel student? That's wrong. That is your misconception. That is totally your misconception. My personal friend, right from school days, I went to IIM Lucknow. He went to SPJ, and he's in one of the MBBs. So he's over there. I'm not over there. So please don't think like these students. Please don't. And it is not this one case. I'm saying a lot of people, right? Lot of people. So please don't. So don't decide whether which of the institute is better. That is one of my underlying theme. Na? So when I put that reality kind of a thing, message and so on, that is mostly to tell you this. Students, stop judging so much right away that an IIM Raipur is not good, or a Trichy is not good, or anything is not. Arey Baba, top 1% colleges, how are they not good? I don't know what logic you're using that they're not good. MDI you can convert. सब जन का result पे नजर रहता है. MDI you are going to get in at about, to be a safe side, MDI is 97, 98. I would say 98. SPJ is 98 plus, 98.5 and all. Anything in the A list is 98.5 and more. You don't get this. Okay. Okay, yeah, Nandini, good question. I'll just answer it right away. Yes, Shivdeep, L also has MBB. L also has MBB, and L has some of the consultancies which only come to L and Ahmedabad, and they don't go to Bangalore and Calcutta. But these are these are such one-off companies and all, that you don't do an MBA for that one company. Now. You don't say I'm taking up Lucknow because this one company comes over there and it doesn't come elsewhere, right? So don't get into those major things. Yeah. Okay, Palak, sorry, okay. So Palak HR colleges. So if you are specifically looking at HR colleges only, then obviously the top one is XLRI. Then you have this. These are amongst the best ones. Then you have SCM HRD. Okay, you have MDI HR. Okay, these are the next best colleges, and then you have the way. Then it's any mix. Yeah, then you have very low down. You have XISS Ranchi. Okay, that's an HR college. What HR college? Then any of the other colleges. Or most colleges have HR function. Most colleges, almost everyone has HR. So you could look at the. So if you leave out the specialized ones, yeah, if you don't get the specialized one, then I would say don't go to XISS. Then go to a better college which has an HR branch, which may not be known for HR, but it has an HR branch. So all of them have. Okay. So does that work? ODCL program at TIS, Akash, yeah, it's a good program. TIS is all good. Like, so again, another guy who was not getting into MDI, who was not getting into B schools at all, in spite of 1 attempt, 2 attempt, went to a TIS, did a very offbeat course, and he's doing good now. He's doing pretty good. He's in an end poverty program of some of HDFC and so on. So I think so. You know you can. ODCL is also good enough if other opportunities are not there. Let me see here. Yeah. Yeah, Nalini, Masters Union has an entrance. Couldn't find much on this internet. No, Sahil, I'm not aware of that. Most of them thought Masters Union college and most of those other colleges accept most scores. They'll accept any score. So they're not hung up that you need only this exam. So what they do is, to the best of my knowledge, what they do is they do their own exam for people who have not taken a CAT or not taken a ZAT. Yeah, then they do their own exam, or else they're most willing to accept any score. So I would not worry there about much. Yeah. Aman, Aman, you converted a couple of new ions last year. Would you recommend again if I convert only new ions this year? I don't know. No, Aman. You did now. You gave it a good try last time. You converted a couple of new ions. This year also, you're giving it a good shot. I think so. It's better now. There's a lost opportunity also. Now, another year means will make you a little. The advantage that you gain from at a better IIM would be compensated because of your age or because of these couple of years that you spent. So I don't think so. There's something that an ABC offers which you, in the long run, in your career prospects, something that an ABC offers, which the others will never ever offer. There's very little over there. Samjhe kya what I'm saying, Aman? Most of them will have a big overlap. So let's say this is ABC. So ABC is a range. Yeah, you have the top consultancies, then you have others and so on. The others institute are this. So there will be a big overlap between them. Okay, now the problem is, even if you end up at an ABC, the part that you are in that bracket, which is not an overlap, is very limited. Now, aisa to nahi hai ki you go to an Ahmedabad and you are the one who is going to get that the top-notch job. Aisa to nahi hai. It might end up that at an IIM Ahmedabad, amongst the 250, 230, 300 kids, you might be amongst the 150 things. So you missed out the opening, the ekdam high-flying kind of a thing. You missed out. At other college, you similarly, but then over 10 years, you can reach that same place where someone, after 4, 5, 6 years, the corporates are not going to make any difference between whether you are from an IIM Rohtak, Udaipur, or are you from an IIM. They are not going to do that, student. The difference is going to be in those 5, 6 years, how much has an Ahmedabad student made a mark in his career and how much you have made a mark in your career. So this SP Jain friend that I was talking about, he started from a firm called Aisha Consultants. Aisha Consultancy or so on is not there's no point comparing them to an MBB or so on. But in that auto sector, he became such a great thing that he went on and now he's at that level. So होता है, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं हो सकता है, ठीक है? अब प्रॉब्लम स्टूडेंट ये है कि अगर आप IIM उदयपुर त्रिची से चलेंगे और आप थके हुए हो, आपको लाइफ में कुछ मतलब ही नहीं है, मतलब you don't want to run, you don't want to do a lot of things further in your career. I know that kind of student people also. They got placed in Tata Motors and then they're happy in their life. अरे कौन करेगा कुछ? And last 15 years they're working in Tata Motors. then you are not going to go ahead and so on also. That is also happening. So do you understand there's a whole thing that what you do, what you don't do, how you take breaks, how you... further also there are risk taking. Do you take risk? Do you jump? Do you evolve? Do you find? So now so a lot of those MBAs now in this artificial intelligence, machine learning, and so on, we are duds. We don't know anything about these. So a lot of my batchmates will have to sort of, let's say, do something again to become competitive in that field if they still want to do something, right? So it's a long process.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have a very small query. Actually, in my CAT form, I have mentioned, actually, I have done a BArch. So I have mentioned it as an engineering degree, but there's no clear lines that are defined by institutions like AICTE that whether BArch is counted as a engineering degree or a non-engineering degree. So could you clear on that?
No, it won't create an issue. If you're saying in the admission process, will it be creating an issue? Most of the time, the IIMs overlook, unless it's a deliberate attempt to fudge things, they are going to ignore it. Okay, so they would not make much of an issue of it. Yeah.
Actually, sir, the core parts of BArch are rather connected to engineering. That's why I felt it. So.
Yeah. It's okay. That's not going to create an issue for you. Palag, yes, TIS only takes in TISnet score. TIS has its own entrance test and it only takes in that score. They don't take any other score. Okay. So Masters Union. Yeah, so Pax has answered the same thing. Yeah, you have to take their test if you haven't taken the others. Do you need to apply separately for any IIMs? Yes, Vagisan, not now. IIMs have a very weird admission. After the CAT is over, every IIM has a different process. So, these new IIMs, a lot of new IIMs will have to apply after the CAT is over. So, IIM Raipur and so on, you'll have to sort of pay the fees again to be considered. Then IIM Visakhapatnam also invites applications. I guess Nagpur invites applications. So all these are different. They are pretty hazy. Hazy in the sense, every year they change, something new comes up and so on. So you would have to be, so it's not, there's nothing that I can tell you right away. All I can tell you is keep your eyes and ears open. So when that process happens, keep the mail ID, you'll get it on the mail ID that you have to apply, you have to reapply, you have to send in the scores and so on. So think about that. Siddharth says, I've taken GRE and scored 321. Siddharth, start round 2 now. Let's see, start round 2. Yeah, doesn't matter. Thank you, Aman. Okay, so yeah, so last question, Nandini. Sorry to keep you waiting over there. Erase all ink and then. So Nandini, here the specialization. I have a nice points to make on the specialization part as well. It's just that it's very lengthy session. Your specialization should be interest based. Okay, your specialization has to be interest based and don't base it on which specialization has more opportunity. So that's not the right way. It's old school thought, but it is very solid thought, solid school thought. Anything where you have an interest, you will do much, much better. And opportunity is present in any of those. So, to say that finance has more opportunity than marketing is wrong. To say marketing has more than finance, no. To say HR has less opportunities, no. HR also has a lot of opportunities. Everyone, student. So please understand, don't pick up specialization based on opportunity, interest. Now, where does this interest come? Now, this is very interesting. Student, that interest could be anything, anything in the sense it could be a fancy that you have got. So I've got a fancy for finance. I see Rakesh Jhunjhunwala earning 6,000 crore rupees or or a Harshad Mehta or anything which drives that, or a curiosity, or something like I know an uncle, I know my cousin, someone who's done something and that ignited a spark. That is enough for your interest. that is really enough for your interest. So dig deep down, see which way are you inclined. Are you inclined towards brand, Coke, Pepsi, this war, that war? Do you end up seeing more of those YouTube videos? So, you need to be alive to all those things. Which of it, what captures? So if you read newspapers, there's a brand equity called supplement which comes with Economic Times. Does that excite you? Do you end up reading a lot of advertisement strategies and so on? Or do you end up reading or the digital marketing kind of a thing? Yeah, digital marketing, there's a lot of things that happen, social media marketing, this marketing. So think, where is that interest coming from? The moment you find that interest, it's good. Or that interest could be HR. So you might be a human person, as in the sense, I know of some books. So when I was thinking of MBA before that, I read a couple of books. One was In Search of Excellence. One was, what was it? Last things, something like this. Yeah, a lot of them were there. Obviously, lots of them. What I found in common in a lot of those books, at the end of it, all great companies come down to culture, to people habits, to how they use the best employees. So what I'm saying is HR also suddenly seems very exciting. So do you have that excitement, how to get the best? So even before an MBA program happened or so on, I was aware of theory X, theory Y, carrot and rod, this, that. So I'm telling you, what I'm saying is somewhere that interest should come and you will have that thing. So find that interest. Find which way you are inclined. You might not have it, but also start searching more. Nah? It's not just that interest. So it's pretty foolishness to say I'm interested in how Rakesh Jhunjhunwala earned 6,000 crore, what was his investment philosophy, and then not knowing anything about investment, not knowing what is a stock market, not knowing what does Sensex do. That becomes a little, so start searching, and not in this era. Yeah, you get everything online. Start doing that, and everything for free you get. Students, Udemy courses are 300 rupees. Start doing it. They might not have value in the corporate world, but 300 rupees is what? A pizza. Cost of a pizza, right? So should be interest and opportunity based. Now, more interesting thoughts. Waiting will not make the answer any clear. And here I have some amazing anecdotes or so on. Students, there are people like, let's say me, I went into an MBA after 3 years of experience in engineering field, thinking that I am going to do operations and IT. That time supply chain management and so on was a big thing. It was emerging. I'm talking 20 years back. Okay, more than 20 years now. So supply chain, and so I went in with an idea that 3 years engineering experience and everything, and I will get into this. And I had a very big company in mind, the I2 Technologies, they should come in campus. We got them also in campus, everything. And you know what I took up campus placement as, and what I got a campus placement as? I was into investment banking, and I got selected in, a pure research job of market, equity research job. Yeah, hardcore. There are so many of my batchmates who prepared the whole 2 years with one specialization in mind, and then ended up taking another specialization in the campus placement and so on, based on. So what I'm saying you is that, just waiting for something is not going to make things very, very clear for you. So, start working. My shift was that when I went over there, I saw that the opportunities or so on is not. I did my summers in operation field. I felt, hey, listen, I think this is just going to be another same thing as. So I somewhere let go and I switched. So those switches hote hain. So I'm saying let that happen. Huh? But today, don't say I will not take a decision because I don't know what is good for me. I'm saying even if you wait for 2 years, you are not going to know. If you wait after first year, I'm going to study marketing, finance, HR, everything, and then I'll decide. In 1 year, you're not going to get anything substantial to make a decision. The decision will have to be still on as flimsy grounds as currently you are on. Okay, to make a decision over that. The other thing that you can do over here is use elimination technique. Use elimination technique. Say, hey, listen, I don't want to do this because of such and such reason. I don't want to do this because of this reason. Do that. I don't want to do finance because listen, those things don't click to me. I'm not a numbers person. I don't have. So it is not that the thing doesn't motivate me. You know what thing? The part of, I don't know what is the investment banking culture. What I've read about it is really bad. What happened to Lehman Brothers and what they did to the world and everything. I don't like that all. So rule that out. Rule that. So use elimination techniques. Like for business analytics, one of the key things here. Some things are very clear. You need to be open for the mathematical part of it. Also for programming part. There's a lot of statistics. There's a lot of programming. So you need to be open to that part of it, right? You may not end up doing, management is using these techniques for business. That is management. You're not going to end up coding, or you're not going to end up, but then you need to be aware of those things. That's it. So if you're analytical, if you like maths, if you like the programming part little bit and so on, then it's good, fun. You can do it. If you don't like it, that you could rule that out. So use elimination to come down, and then keep your options open wherever it takes you. Yeah, it is. It's very. It's not true that what you plan, how you plan, things work out the perfect way that way, right? So keep open. So you eliminated couple of things. You have options open between the green fields of marketing, HR, finance. कुछ भी है चलेगा मेरे को. तो जो best college है उसमें चले जाओ ना, जो best मिलेगा आपको. अगर आपको बेस्ट एक्सेल आ रहा है, एचआर मिल गया तो चले जाओ. यू वर एनीवेज ओपन फॉर एचआर, चले जाओ. अगर वो नहीं मिला आपको मस्त एसपीजे मार्केटिंग मिल गया, चले जाओ एसपीजे मार्केटिंग. वो नहीं, ठीक है. सो गो दैट. सो दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग. चलो बस let's wind up. So I'll wind up with this thing, students. Don't close doors early. Close doors in the month of May. Get an admission and then say, I will not go over here. That is a better that's much better, rather than today saying, hey, listen, I'm not going to go to the new IIMs or baby IIMs, so let me not apply to them. That's not the right way. Okay, do that. Get the call. Do it. Like Snap. There are people who will not. I'll say, go ahead, do Snap. SIBM is a college that would be. I would not say you're going to miss out on many things, or very little you might miss out by being at an SIBM Pune as compared to an old IIM. Yeah. So SIBM Pune in marketing is very nice, students. Yeah, is very, very reputed. So today, what's the point of not applying to Snap? Kar do na, SIBM Pune lao to pehle. Go to the interview process. You will only be better off. Na? You will have gone to the campus. You'll meet people. You'll go through interviews. You will be better off. And then in April, decide, do you want to go or not go? If you have better choices, then don't go. And if suddenly you are fired, hopefully you should not be, or suddenly something changes. Let's say your mind changes. You don't want to continue in your job anymore. It's struggle or so on. Then this opportunity is there. Chalo. So keep your options open. We'll go. Thank you. Thank you, Hina. Thank you, everyone. Bye.